the Irish take a joke better than anybody. Better than anybody. Tell you what I mean. I was in a bar recently, and on the drink menu, there was a drink called an Irish car bomb. Irish car bomb. No Irish people were mad, no Irish people were insulted. I'm pretty sure if there was a drink called a Puerto Rican switchblade, people would write letters. If there was a drink called Black Guy Holds Up a Check Cashing Place, Al Sharpton would be marching up and down. But the Irish, we see Irish car bomb, we just think, man, that sounds fucking awesome. I gotta try 9 or 10 of them. In addition to being Irish, I am Catholic. Now, I go to church, but I never go to confession, because when you're my height, walking into a dark room with a priest can be a dicey proposition. In a dimly lit room, I can easily be mistaken for a middle school student. Even I don't need a date that desperately. Last couple of years in this country, there's been a gigantic anti-bullying campaign. They tell people not to bully. They tell kids if they're getting bullied, they should report it. Now that sounds good, but here's the thing. If somebody calls you a pussy and your mom calls the principal, you're a pussy. You'll never break that vicious cycle if you don't change your habits. So I've been reading a lot lately about this morning after pill. You know what the morning after pill is? Woman has sex, the next day she takes a pill so she doesn't get pregnant. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if they had morning after pills for all kind of situations? You know, like you get a DUI and the next day you take a pill and get expunged from your record. You call your boss an asshole, the next day you take a pill and your boss gets amnesia. You go on iTunes, you buy a bunch of Bruno Mars music, the next day you take a pill and gets replaced by good music. I'd love to see a world where no adult ever had to take responsibility for their actions, ever. So I was reading where both Ford and General Motors are coming out with self-driving cars. Cars that drive themselves. And I was thinking, self-driving cars, legal pot, this is going to be a really ambitious country in about 20 years. New generation of go-getters coming along, you know. Dude, let's smoke a bowl. The car will drive itself. And if we crash, the government gives us free health care. Who cares? While I'm on the subject, I was watching a news report where they were saying that farmers nowadays are making more money growing and selling marijuana than they are growing and selling corn. And the newscaster was shocked, couldn't believe it. Now, I wasn't that shocked, you know, because I've had corn. And I've also had marijuana, and I gotta tell you, there's almost no comparison between the two. I mean, if you and your friends sit down and watch Scarface with a plate full of corn, not gonna be nearly as good a movie. Guys, you have a real hard time getting women to hang out with you because you're holding good corn. So real quick, folks, I'd like to take a moment and thank a certain segment of the community. I'd like to thank all those people who wear Bluetooth earpieces in their ears. You know, the Bluetooths? Because it used to be, you would walk into a room and you couldn't tell who was a douche. With those Bluetooths, you know right away. It's got the great service they're doing in the country. Thanks a lot, folks.